The professor stares at the boy carrying his girlfriend's bag, his face frozen in pure terror.
Martin Walker's a psychopath. Probably a killer.
And the only reason he's having these dark, twisted thoughts? Because this kid just took him for $200 in front of a whole crowd. But the professor has absolutely no idea that his accidental discovery is about to nearly cost him his life. This guy might look like a sore loser, but he's actually Cal, a world-class deception expert who can spot a lie from a mile away. Try lying to his face and his razor-sharp eyes will instantly strip away your fake mask every single time. That's exactly why the FBI keeps him on speed dial to crack their toughest cases. But today, while giving a guest lecture at his old alma mater, this psychology professor finally meets his match. He shows the crowd a clip of Richard Nixon speaking, constantly looking down and nodding. Cal breaks it down. It's a textbook sign of subconscious self-denial. And those crossed arms? Total defensive mode.
Which means he's full of it.
But a kid in the crowd named Martin shuts him down right then and there. He argues that Nixon was just looking at his notes and being defensive doesn't automatically make someone a liar. Martin claims Cal's whole theory is completely made up just because he's obsessed with hunting for deception. Cal challenges him on the spot, calling Martin up to the stage to prove him wrong once and for all. He has Gillian pull out a stack of photos showing different facial expressions. Martin's job is to describe them, while Cal reads his face in real time to see if he's lying.
$100 says I can read you like a book.
But Cal is about to get a massive reality check.
Pretty girl. College age, I'd say. Ponytail, blonde, big eyes. A pale pink blouse.
You like the ladies, Martin?
Yeah, it's not to like.
Well, in that case, you're talking out your ass, because whatever you're seeing there, you don't like it.
Martin flips the first photo over, and he was telling the absolute truth. The undefeated expert is left completely stunned. The auditorium erupts into whispers.
What are you saying now, Dr. Lang?
Egged on by Martin's smugness, Cal doubles down and drops another $100. Desperate to save face, Martin opens the second photo.
Guy tied to a chair. He's soaking wet. Being zapped with electric cables. Like he used to jumpstart a car.
Total rubbish.
He smiles, flips it around, and boom, truthful again. Cal just got 2 reads wrong in a row, something that never happens. The students and staff start snickering at him. Seeing the train wreck, Helen, the moderator, steps in and wraps up the lecture early out of pity. But Cal just stares at Martin deep in thought. He's not dwelling on his loss because he knows his micro-expression theory is flawless. And that's exactly what terrifies him.
Martin Walker's a psychopath. Probably a killer.
Cal rushes straight to the dean's office. He explains that a normal, healthy kid looking at a pretty girl and a tortured man should feel attraction and disgust. But Martin was the exact opposite. He looked at the girl with pure disgust, but his eyes lit up with excitement when he saw the tortured man. The dean brushes it off, saying a weird reaction to a couple of photos doesn't prove anything. Cal snaps back that a guy named Ted Bundy had those exact same traits, and he was a psychopath who slaughtered nearly 60 women. But even with that warning, everyone thinks Cal is just a bitter loser throwing a tantrum because his theory got debunked. Frustrated, Cal drops a bet. If this campus hasn't had a single disappearance recently, he'll literally eat his own shoe. And boom, turns out just 1 month ago, a sophomore girl vanished into thin air. The police have zero evidence pointing to suicide. The case is open, but they are working with absolutely no leads. To Cal, Martin is easily prime suspect number 1. He wastes no time and starts tailing Martin. Sure enough, that very night, Martin takes a girl out on a date. Exactly as Cal predicted, Martin quickly leaves the restaurant with her. But Martin is way too sharp. He spots Cal instantly. He walks right up to Cal and mockingly assures him that the girl is perfectly safe. Later, Martin shows up at Cal's office, completely alone. Little did he know, Cal was already waiting for him. Facing his stalker, Martin smirks and says that a true apex predator never lacks patience. But Cal is just as confident that Martin's true colors are about to bleed out. The psychological warfare has officially begun.
Good chess players think 5 moves ahead.
Great chess players think 1 move ahead. But it's always the right move.
The next day, Cal goes full rogue, plastering warning posters about Martin all over campus. This infuriates Helen, a professor at the school, because she's actually dating Martin. Since Cal happens to be Helen's first love, she assumes he's just acting out of pure, petty jealousy. Every time Cal puts a poster up, Helen rips it right down. But while Cal looks like he's losing his mind, he's actually the only sane person in the room. Next, Cal and Gillian pay a visit to Martin's house. They pose as scholarship committee members, trying to squeeze details about Martin's childhood out of his mother. But before she can say a word, Martin bursts through the door. He shows his mom the warning posters Cal made.
This is outrageous. I want you out of my house.
Blowing Cal's cover and forcing him to beat a temporary retreat. But analyzing the mother's eyes reveals everything. It's pure, unadulterated fear of her own son. She almost definitely knows what kind of monster she raised. Back at the office, they watch an old family video labeled Daughter that Cal secretly snatched from a cabinet in Martin's home. Martin used to have an older sister who was 2 years older than him, but strangely, there wasn't a single photo of her anywhere in that house. Mike digs into the records and finds out his sister drowned in their family pool when she was just 7 years old, and Martin watched the whole thing happen. Cal's gut tells him that the sister's death wasn't an accident. Martin was definitely involved. But if it was a tragedy, why would the mother go to such lengths to erase it? Right then, a bombshell drops. Another girl at Martin's university has been brutally attacked. Miraculously, she managed to fight for her life and escape the killer's clutches. But the trauma is so severe that she's left completely shattered and unresponsive. The team rushes to where the girl is. But little do they know, to clear his own name, Martin is already making his next move, targeting Rhea, a member of Cal's own team.
Camera, what are you... Damn it! I gotta go.
Oh man, I am such a klutz. I left my opposable thumbs home. Here, let me buy you another one.
No, it's okay.
No, really, it's not. Here, another one of what I just spilled and a raspberry tart. You okay with raspberry?
Yeah, sure.
No one can resist a guy this charming, and Rhea finds herself thinking she just hit the jackpot. When he asks her out, she says yes without a second thought. She has absolutely no idea she's walking straight into a trap designed to clear his name. Martin's twisted goal is to prove Cal wrong, because if he really were a psychopath, Rhea would already be a corpse. The moment Martin drops his mask and reveals who he is, Rhea's world completely shatters. She's paralyzed by her own blindness, but sometimes hitting rock bottom is exactly what forces you to wake up. Rhea's terrifying ordeal is about to become the ultimate key to cracking this case wide open. While the traumatized victim refuses to speak a single word to anyone, Rhea steps up and goes to Cal. She wants to turn the anger of being deceived into the power of solving the case, and her raw, honest story instantly resonates with the victim. Sharing the exact same trauma of manipulation and terror finally breaks the victim's silence. She confirms it, Martin is the psycho who kidnapped her. He used the exact same smooth talk to lure her in, tortured her repeatedly, and then dragged her out into the woods to finish her off. Luckily, she used every last drop of her strength to break free and escape. But even with her statement, her mental state is so fragile that the police still can't lock him down with a solid conviction. Cal decides to run a preliminary interrogation, but it goes completely sideways. Martin plays it perfectly cool, showing absolutely zero cracks under pressure, except for one tiny slip-up, the moment Cal mentions his girlfriend.
I like strong women.
Oh, like Helen, you mean? Oh, she's a stronger woman. Tell me, how does that work? I mean, with you two. What? Do you play the woman in that little scenario, do you? I mean, who's the pitcher, who's the catcher? Do you just following orders? I mean, you do what she says, is that it? Eh?
Martin doesn't say a word, but his micro-expressions tell Cal everything. Helen is the weak link. But Helen is completely brainwashed by Martin, and since she thinks Cal is just acting out to save face, she refuses to cooperate. Out of options, Cal sets up a special meeting. Helen already knows Martin's mother, so Cal uses the mother's bizarre behavior to give Helen a harsh reality check, and it works instantly.
How comes there's no pictures of your daughter anywhere? Did he kill her? Did he push her in the pool?
Cal.
You can't face the truth, can you? So you pretend she doesn't exist. She never existed. I mean, that's the game here, right?
Even though the mother doesn't say a single word, the sheer agony trapped in her eyes says everything. That is when the scales finally fall from Helen's eyes, and she realizes just how terrifying the situation is. She confronts Martin immediately and breaks things off. But Martin snaps, absolutely refusing to let her go. It is clear he genuinely cares about her. Helen has to swallow her fear and gently calm him down.
We still have that. Let go of me! Helen DeZikas. Dean Warren. Yes, Dean Warren, 1 minute.
Okay, Helen. Look, I understand big age difference. I'm sorry.
Well done, love.
Little does Martin know, this was all part of Cal's master plan. Cal is certain that a psychopath like Martin will violently retaliate after being dumped. Too bad Cal only got half the equation right. That night, with Mike tracking her in the shadows, Helen acts as bait to lure the monster out. She is terrified the entire time, but nothing happens. Thinking she got lucky and escaped, she can't wait to thank Cal, but the truth catches everyone completely off guard.
Cal,
Helen, you sound off.
nice read. Very perceptive.
Yeah, well, I can be from time to time.
Can we talk later?
Yeah, it's a date.
I told you, Lyman. I'm always 5 moves ahead.
The retaliation is coming, but Cal got the target completely wrong. Martin's true. Monster's face is fully revealed as he inflicts the exact same horrific torture on Cal that he did to those girls. After blacking out and waking up more times than he can count, Cal is dragged out into the middle of nowhere. Just like the victims before him, he's facing execution. But there is a sick twist. He's forced to dig his own grave. Even with a shovel in his hand, Cal needs answers. He demands to know what actually happened during Martin's childhood. It turns out he didn't technically murder his sister. He just stood by the pool and watched her drown without lifting a finger. Cal is completely thrown off. He cannot comprehend where that level of pure malice comes from.
Why?
I wanted her bike.
Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop the gun! Drop it! Hang it up!
But as calculated as Martin is, he forgets one thing: karma always collects its debts. Luckily, Cal's car was rigged with a GPS tracker. Mike flagged the anomaly the second Cal went off the grid, and Martin was caught red-handed.